this particular millennium has a destiny. 1,000 years. We have spent 25 years already in it. Some people don't care about it. Now, why they don't care about it is because mercy does not allow them to be part of it. No, they are not. Now, if they are part of it, they will care about it. If you look straight to me, because I know grave. That thing people say they want to die and rest. They are deluded. Life goes in circles. They don't know that there is no rest anywhere. That thing they call rest, they are going to go into slavery in the pit. And from there, they will look at this place. But they are not blessed to know. It's only when they go there, they will keep regretting. It's just like a man who think his life ended with him. So he keep on living carelessly until he dies. When he dies, the earth he didn't care for, he will start caring for it. You see? You might ignore me. If anything happened to a man and he dies and discovered from the grave that his children are idiots, his pain will increase in the grave. Because his children are still him. They are still him. And he will never separate from them. So sometimes when I see some children, I'll be wondering, safety, don't do that. When I see some children, behaving some things, I'll be wondering how their father can be happy with that thing they are behaving. I'll be wondering how that family can go on with that character. And I'll be wondering whether their father is alive or dead, how their father can be alive with the behavior of that girl. With the behavior of that boy. This is a behavior that have not moved family, that cannot move family forward. Yet the departed ones are in the grave, and the living ones are idiots. The departed ones are in the grave, and the living ones, the departed ones are inside, are in pain. Excuse me, I'm going to open your eyes here today. Do you need somebody to, some of these things people are doing, religion is the roping of the masses. Some of these things people are trying to bring faith into. It's realities. It doesn't have anything to do with faith. This is truth. And then suddenly they bring emotion to it. And then people's mental base is ravaged by darkness. So they go up on the earth like a thing. They walk on earth like shadows. They walk like a thing. They are senseless. They are mindless. They are not in charge of themselves. They are looking for what they will eat. They can't connect to anything that is real. They are many human beings. Yet the earth is running towards them. And other people are exploding. Just like the way we are here, we're Igbos. The Yorubas have already exploded. Now we're in the same country. The Yorubas have already come to where they can enjoy awareness. And all of them are already praying in the grave. And the Igbo children are still idiots. Look at the word we were talking yesterday about ordinary manner. Ordinary manner they will lack. Cheap manner. Now sometimes when you bring those manner that lack cheap manner, they get upset. Because they are nothing. They bring concepts, ideas, revelations that's not acceptable to God. They want to force it with little energy. And then they are dead. How do you triple with result? Do you know why I told her to stop? We were all sitting down here. She started fanning herself. What will happen if all of us start fanning ourselves? You went to where people are. Everybody is quiet. You start fanning yourself. It's not me that should teach it. It's not now. It's like this. Because it's not acceptable. I say it's not. Now, every destiny you see, every destiny you see, just like what I did. If your dad is going to hand you over to a man, he will hand you over packaged, so that you will represent him in that new family the way he will want to be represented. So you don't let a girl that is not packaged go to another family. You see, because the moment that she enters into that family, they will start seeing you. They will start seeing the father in her now. And then they will know that you didn't do the work you're supposed to do. Now, let me ask you to listen. Training is part of giving people value. Because training also takes economy. It takes economy, it takes effort, it takes strength, it takes contribution. Someone have to pay school fees. Somebody have to check his daughter. Somebody have to check. Now, if you look at me, I will give you a gift. Now, thrones, invest so much on it. Great family reproduce themselves. You need to pay attention to somebody you want to represent you, the way you want to be represented. It takes a lot of attention, because that value you are putting in her is economical. I said, there is a level of attention you will pay to a young girl. The girl becomes irreplaceable when she stands before 5,000 people. What you put in her makes her different from 5,000 girls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 5,000. This girl stand before 5,000 people. She's different because she was trained by a man that have eyes. Excuse me. That I am preaching and that I'm sweating does not mean I should remove my jacket. You sank deep into somebody. It does not mean that I should remove my jacket before you. So the inner one I'm wearing can soak. This one soaks. And the jacket soak. And it's still on me. Because of interpretation that is far stronger than heat. That is, clap your hand if you have had it. I think there's something you hear, you just say thank you. Esther. Esther came into the palace. And the head of eunuch looked at that girl and said, girls are choosing soap. Girls are choosing soap and cream from royal harem. And choose. Esther looked at the head of eunuch and said, give me what you think. Just like what I told you I did to the girl inside the private jet. When she said, do you want to eat? I said yes. I told her yes with excitement so that she can be happy. I didn't tell her ordinary yes. I looked at her and smiled and I said yes. Her face glue. Then she said, we have fried rice, we have jollof, we have goat meat, we have beef, and then we have chicken. Which one do I put in your jollof rice? Then I turned to her and said, which one do you think I need? She said, goat meat. I said, yes. Because he's the one that cooked her food. And that girl knew that I'm a big man. So I gave her a chance to give me what she think that is good for a big man. And she gave it to me. So why would I choose when she's better than me in that area? I'm not a cook. It's just like me giving doctor medical advice. When she gave Pastor Kema and Deacon Chukode, when she gave them chicken, when she gave them, I look at their chicken, I look at my goat meat. Don't tell them they're not around. You know, the girl didn't ask them now. Hey, look at it, did she ask you? I was just sorry. I want you to know this. Let it be one of the things you know today. That training has very strong economic value. Why Esther didn't care? Why the queen, that Queen Esther, didn't care about soup and cream is what I also know. There is also something I know that is keeping me, making me comfortable in this village. And asking me what I know. Huh? We don't compete about value. If a seat requires certain nature and certain training, we will not compete. Let me say again. I say if a seat, Esther knew it and I know it and Jesus knew it. All of us who are blessed by God know it. That if a seat requires certain kind of life, certain kind of seed and certain training, now that seat will not be made subject to competition. So if my value is required, listen, I'll go to my room and sit down, and then 1 million people will fail. One. I said I'll go to my room, and 1 million people will fail. If a seed has value, it makes demand on value and nature. If it's a matter of rushing, don't forget that Vashti was married. She married only in Esther chapter 1, and she was very beautiful. Very beautiful and stupid. Can I tell you something? Is there any other way you can remove foolishness from a child? As I can. Is there any other way? Is there any other way to remove fineness from a little child? Outside giving the child pain constantly? So when they said to Esther, what soap do we give you? Remember that the girl Esther was already fair. That's why I used to tell women, I said, don't come out carelessly, even when you're fasting, because you're a woman. There are two extremes that is very bad. The first evil extreme is total neglect. You just wake up in the morning, you don't care that you're a woman. You don't care. You don't care that you should look attractive. That's total neglect. That is also satanic. And you are flowering. You are not rocky. A woman is flowering. You know that means you are not rocky. If you're a man and the time to buy clothes is near, don't buy before your wife. Because packaging a woman takes a lot. If you have 4 children, 2 are boys, and the 3 and 2 are girls, then more time should be invested on the girls. Because of the way they are. The boys can always find their way. And they are not difficult to be controlled. A boy simply have understanding. He said, Dad, is it what you want? Huh? He said yes. He go on with it. A girl start feeling, she mix up emotions. In something that doesn't require emotion. She think deeply on things that doesn't require deep thought. And then she gets frustrated. So she spent a lot of time thinking on something that doesn't make meaning. That you are preaching and you look at her and she start reading meaning from that thing you're looking at her. Men doesn't do that. You are preaching and she suddenly, excuse me, since I became a preacher, I have never had burden with a man that said I was preaching and I was talking about him. All my life, 32 years. I have never, from Kano to Lagos to Sule to Ajato here, I've never preached in anywhere and the man get offended on his seat. But a woman can immediately disconnect because her brain is broken. She would suddenly sit on her seat and say that thing has been said because of her. And then she's bad. And the truth is that you're not even thinking about her. But because she's not fine on her seat already. Men are not that way. Men are big. Men are big. That is why I am rehearsing with you and Pastor Light. It's not difficult for you to instruct Pastor Light. Tell him what to do. Two of you will be whispering. You can't do it to a girl now. That's why I can't rehearse with them. Because I don't want something that go up and come down constantly. In the first place, if she tries to sing and you tell her that's not the way she sang, she takes an offense. Huh? She will tell you that she's better go and sing, that she starts struggling with it. And you're only trying to say, let us learn. She can't learn. And excuse me, you cannot even imagine. She will take that in deep. They don't always like her to sing. Because they are not fine. So why are you laughing? Huh? You said? So people who are like that, that's why in some ministries, in some church, it will still happen in local Sam. You don't bring them into call leadership. You can't. You can't bring a woman into call leadership. She will bring emotion to something that doesn't require it. So she should follow. Even sometimes some of them can be a little bit better than others. Even when some are better than others, the other group doesn't follow, as long as she's a woman. Do you know the evil of reading meaning that is not obvious into something? You build an altar on suspicion. What a shame. And then you're hurting yourself from something you've not confirmed. This will look like this, and you're not sure. And then you took it from pinch of salt like that, and then build an altar on it, and start hurting yourself from it. And it's an unconfirmed truth. It's not even a truth. It's not yet confirmed. And yet you have taken it to heart. One day I was telling someone, I said, and let me say to us, I'm only daddy. If I want to talk to you personally, I will call you. I will call you personally in my office and do what? Talk to you. Now, don't ever in your life think I'm talking to you privately from the altar. A scripture is read, and suddenly you home something that was said to everybody. Like they are getting what I'm saying. So all the locals, some people, locals are already sending me text about thanking me for all I've already said. Those who are not here. Now they are hearing it everywhere, and suddenly one person took that thing. What a mental degradation. What a real. And then how do you build strong mentality? How do you reign? How do you win? Like what the Great said when he came in January. Even if that thing is said about you, and it's supposed to bring correction, why can't you take correction instead of trying to get angry? Now the other extreme, the other stream of the other women is lavished dressing. Lavish. Something that make people suspect whether you're a child of God or not. Something, a kind of appearance that disarm sense. Yes. When people look at you, they say, this guy is really born again, or what? This type of appearance means what? You are no longer at the center. You have taken extreme. There is no biblical way. The Bible has said some few things about appearance, but we can know balance from our mind. I say we can. If you're a woman and I am on the altar serving communion, and I'm where? Serving, and then you put your finger on the bread. That's the way the finger should not be. There's a way that finger should not be on that bread. Because that finger is you. It's not me that would have said it. But don't forget that when you come out, you represent where you came out from. There is a kind of father you have. There's something you don't wear to come out of home. It won't come to your mind. You won't wear it to come out. In the first place, if you go to where they're selling it, you won't buy it. Because you will not bring it home. Assuming, for instance, let me ask you the question. Assuming you're my daughter, and we are living in the same house, and I'm going to carry you in the car to church. Think. You know, because I'm blessed with appearance, I care about coming out fine. I said I care about it. I care about it anytime, except in the camp. I don't care about it now because you see I've not combed. I'll come in the evening. I'll come around 7 to 7 or 21 above. And I can't bath now. I didn't bath. I said I didn't. No, I can't bath in the morning in the camp now. It's not possible for me. It's not there. I've never bathed in the morning. It's not possible. I should go and bath before I come out. For fire. What has bathing to do with fire? But if you're a woman, you should bath. Put your hand together for Jesus. If I have a wife, she cannot follow me without bathing. So when she's bathing, I'll be reading Bible. When she finishes her bathing, will come out. I'll come out without bathing. And if you're a man, care for your wife. Don't feel spiritual about care. don't feel spiritual about her appearance. Particularly if you're a man. All right. This is what I emphasized. That Esther, when the Bible start describing a girl, and the Bible says she's fair, the Bible is not just saying something that is natural. It means care. The word fair there means this girl cares for herself. Royalty dresses fine too, but royalty dress decent. That is decent appearance for royalty. It's different from a street prostitute who is also trying to dress fine. A banker or a cardiologist dresses fine too in the hospital, but she doesn't dress fine like a street girl. Some of the things we are adding does not add value, it reduces value. Let me thank you. I just said it to a girl. I say certain detailed painting does not add value, it reduces it. And if you're a woman, while you are trying to connect to a man, you should be able to know what your man care about. Now, great men don't care about. A great man cannot connect to a street dressing. It's not possible. There are street dressing. You cannot bring a girl that has street dressing into the palace. You see, because her dressing connects her to people who are after the order, after that same order. The change will come. And you see, I'm dressing you up. Thank you. Somebody jam your hand to 17. When I said she will get it, she's like she gets it. You know, the other day I clamped on her on the altar. 17, thank you. She went and removed it and came to my office and said that, you see, I came to tell you that I've removed it. Thank you for acting that you did that day. It went far. When you give your daddy place of daddy, if somebody loves you, he looks at you very well. He wants the best for you. I say he tried to package you to save you from people that doesn't like you. There is something you could do. The people look at you diminished, but they won't tell you. They go at the back and be talking about you. Huh? They even discuss, maybe you're like lady, somebody want to marry you, they go and discourage the person. That you're not a good girl. But they didn't tell you. If a love is eternal and relationship is binding, then we should not be careful. We should not. Somebody is honest to you. Somebody is committed to you. Somebody is calling you daddy sincerely from her heart. Why will you keep her? Why will you keep the truth from her? Even if it means fighting. You must keep fighting until she's fine. If they pass the last 2 years, it will continue. Because you can't separate. I say you. So the destiny has already died. So why will you lie? It's only hiring. It's only hiring that will be saying, give me the money. Give me the money, you can. Do you know that some people can look at somebody because of gain? They say, you're looking fine. Wow. That thing he says is different from what is in his heart. Because he want to make gain from your life. This is what I want to bring out in Esther's story. Esther knew that his throne, if that throne has meaning, that it will make demand on value. And then because she has been trained, when people are trained, they start seeing. I say when people are trained, the training enlightened people's eyes. When they sat down there and saw how those girls, saw how those girls came to the palace and was chewing gum and was like a disica. She know that they will never be queen. Just like sometimes somebody will say, I know what God will do for me. I say it's not true. If that is the way you are, you can't do that thing. That thing you're saying is wrong. It will never happen. If God is supporting us. Now, if the Bible says Esther is fair, it means that Esther took care of herself. And I want to show you that. And ask me how I know. Huh? Whatever seed God put in us as a seed, whatever God wants to give to you, give it to you as a seed. To bring the seed out is a human duty. Not God anymore. So the word fair, the Bible used for Esther, it's not completely Esther, God's duty. The book of Esther. Let me give this as a gift. You will like what I'm about to say. Words are spirits. When Esther was growing, and a more experienced Mordecai was attached to the life of a little girl. That was an elevation. So Mordecai, like in my book, those of us who are here, please don't play with my book on upbringing. The moment that God attached Esther to Mordecai, elevation was sure. Mordecai used age, used being around the palace, used being better than Esther, used every experience he has to raise Esther that she might be a queen. And that Mordecai around Esther was a plus to Esther. Because the spirit of Mordecai was already working in Esther. And that is the only reason Esther can be a queen. Because somebody who is better than her made her ready for future. Maybe somebody didn't hear what I said. So there is somebody God will attach into your life as a guardian, as a mentor, as a teacher. Throne, don't miss it. Throne, don't miss it. If you look at the book of Galatians chapter 4 verse 1, then the Bible says that boy, they were attached to him, teacher and the governor. They must attach to him. Now, don't forget that teacher and the governor does not raise a servant. So when they are teaching the boy ordinance of throne, the servant will be washing car. Because kingdom investments cannot be invested on servants. I mean, kingdom treasures. Kingdom treasures cannot be used in raising servants. No palace takes the responsibility for training a servant. I mean, train a servant to bring to the throne. If you're a cook, they can give you a chance to go outside to go and learn how to cook in Ugusu and pay small amount of money for you. That is a difference from bringing governor and the teacher for you and pay the teacher too much. When Israel bombed Iran, the nuclear site of Iran, the Russians were saying that the nuclear scientists, that they hope that Israel didn't bomb the nuclear scientists that Iranians borrowed or that aided Iran in building the site. The Israel said no. They didn't bomb. They didn't bomb the Russians in Iran, and that means it is not possible for Iran to have a nuclear house without Russians. Understanding controls destiny. I'm having temptation to maybe divert from what I have announced, but let me take it before I go to what do I announce, Kennedy? Every season is preserved by His light. Now, Father, thank you because of the answer. In Jesus' name. I would like you to look at this. Look here. This particular season now is preserved by His light. Now, this is what is called preservation. Please look here. This is what is called preservation. Seasons preserved themselves by His light to keep people who are not part of that season from invading the season, from being part of the season. Now, this particular season, which is lion season, it has His light. As I say, it has His light. And then the season, also the season is preserved by His light. Now the season is preserved by His light to make sure that people who doesn't have His light is not part of the season. Now, when a season preserves itself, the season preserves itself for worthy people. Whatever that is important to God, God preserves it for worthy people. And then worthy people are the people that have the light of that season to be part of the season. If you look at the book of Ephesians, I have made a book on this already, but I think that it is necessary. If you look at the book of Ephesians, Apostle Paul says the things that were hidden from. Why are you taking the seat that is there? My friend, go and get seat for another place. A season is preserved so that people who are not part of the season, will not have access to the light of the season. And then if they don't have access to the light of the season, they don't have what? Access to the what? They can't be part of the season. And that means they are in a season and they are useless in that season. Can somebody go to where they are parking seats here and somebody from Galilee and bring seats from there out? Now this is I'm talking about goes on in useless environments. What is called, when, like I said in Lagos the other day, everybody you see on earth has strength. When you hear poor people, what is called poor is that poor people invest their strength on wrong things. If it's they have it, they have it. And then you're talking about how can a land that have so many people who are not useful rise? Is it by prophecy? And then somebody said we are doing Biafra. You're doing Biafra for this. You destroyed your land, and you're blaming another person. Shameful. You don't have value, and somebody should take responsibility for the value you don't have. I don't know how to reason. The way we are here now, this okay. They are bringing it. Shepherd is the one that you say it. somebody said, "You're nervous." I said, "I am nervous because our fathers are useless in the grave." I said, "They are what? If they are not useless, how can their land be like this?" When people who are awake, the Yorubas, the Jews, ancient dominions, are already making intercession from place, they are not resting, they are walking up and down. I said, they are doing what? They are not resting. They are, excuse me, how can somebody who is useless when he's alive be useful when he's dead? Are you not, Ifeanyi? One day we are having a meeting. He said this is the first time in his life he's being part of a society that has sense. It's not what you said. That this is the first time he's part of a society that has. I was looking at him.